Alright! Hello everybody and welcome back to Limbus Company! Last time, we started the new intervallo Gnostic experience, which focuses on Bamboo and Kim, the distortion detectives minus Moses, and Vespa. Okay, so just her basically an Ungdu. And also, we're finally in N-Corp. So we're getting a little bit of Merceau backstory as well, investigating a mysterious distortion of a photographer. Where we last left off, Merceau has just stated that we were about to be attacked in this photo studio. Pretty much, King Ragnarok. Welcome to the stream. Roland, yeah, he's very Rolandy, but his wife is not dead. But it looks like he's wrong, judging from the fact that this is not a combat node. Oh wait, what? Oh, okay, so is it? Wow, they skipped an obligatory fight. Something sits ill with me. Amid the sprawl of S-Corp's backstreets distorted with a flash, Ongdu had her gaze fixed somewhere high overhead. And at the end of her gaze, are those photographs? A long line stretched across the open air, photographs hanging from it like laundry clipped to a clothesline. I mistook it for a Kumju first and gave it a little attention. Yet upon closer look, I saw those pictures hanging from the line. Perhaps they had been strung within the darkroom and remained thus when the distortion took hold. Bizarre. Observation of unaffected elements in this space occupied by location depth distortion is most irregular. Indeed, the items we bore from the studio already changed into images of various sites of S-Corp. Let these alone remain as they were. Let's take them down and check for ourselves. Just as I was wondering if the line was perhaps too high for me to reach, Merceau stepped forward and plucked a few photos off it. And the instant he brought them to me, you heard another pop, and then a bright white flash blinded my vision for a moment.
Good grief. This distortion likes to change its mind, huh? It keeps switching between S-Corp and N-Corp.
This feels like getting caught in a flashbang detonation. My whole body tenses up, then goes slack right after. The other Sims were busy grumbling about the distortion and its sudden jumps, except for Merceau, who stood right in front of me with the photo still held out in his hand. Oh, you didn't drop them.
No.
He gave his usual short answer, then returned his attention to the cylinder he'd been shaking. He took the film out of the container and flicked the liquid off with clean, controlled motions. Is the processing finally done? Wait, we're back here with the lights on now. Is it okay to take the film out?
Yes. Exposure to light will not damage the film once development is complete and the image is fixed. There is no cause for concern.
Well, that's a relief. I couldn't say I followed all the technical details, but no cause for concern was all I needed to hear. Sighing in relief, I held up the photographs so I could take a proper look.
So, see anything odd in there, Manager Bud?
There are people in them. Ah! Well, these guys look kind of creepy. Jeez. And there's a bread lady and someone giving flowers. Who is that, though? The people in the photographs all look different from one another. If I had to pick one similarity between them, though, they all look cold and indifferent.
Yeah, that's the city, alright. Ordinary folks you'd see anywhere.
These aren't like the photos we picked up at the studio earlier. Are these the kind of photographs they used to make canned experiences? What was that? The scenery around us seemed to ripple just now. I was about to ask Faust if she'd already felt the strange sensation, but it faded away soon enough. Perhaps it's nothing serious. Maybe it was just a spell of random vertigo. Is it even possible to get dizzy when I've got a clock for a head?
No.
Marceau must have noticed that I was out of sorts for a moment, because he seemed to pause on purpose before answering my question. No. I thought you said docugraphers take these photos and put into canned experiences.
Raw ingredients for canned experience are handled exclusively by Grand Magazine Sisypha.
Damn. Oh, wow, that's a name. Like Sisyphus?
There is no known method for external parties to access them.
Sisyphus, what? Oh, I think I actually heard of it. Canned experiences, right? They're in high demand in other districts too, but the only brand stamped on them is Grand Magazine Sisyphus. Same name every time. I remember some of my classmates bragging about trying them whenever exam weeks came around. Never had one myself, though. I can't really explain it, but something about them just feels kind of wrong. It's that popular, huh?
The unprocessed base content of canned experience, known as experience matter, is applied to reprocessing factories, where docugraphers fine-tune the experience's details. Photographs are primarily used for that purpose. They can fine-tune experience? An easier example for understanding would be to consider why docugraphers take pictures of subjects such as buildings. A purchaser may wish to experience living in such a luxurious building that they could never afford. Another may wish to vent out impulses of violence by experiencing the burning of expensive property. The demand for haute couture canned experience is increasing by day.
So that's why the photos from earlier were all fancy buildings.
Yes, manager. Conversely, information concerning ordinary experience that can easily be encountered in reality is in low demand.
Then why photograph these residents at all? Perhaps these were not images harvested for their commodity value, but pure photography in and of itself. Mayhap they have been captured for a desire to seize a vanishing instant through a lens. There are people who take photographs knowing that it would cost an exorbitant sum. I have seen some before. A staggering amount of money just to take a single photo. That is, if they could ever manage to find a photographer who would take the risk and help take the picture. I'm not so crass as to put a price on sentiment and nostalgia, But spending this much money on film rolls, what could have made this investment worth it? I'd say maybe this isn't just a matter of sentiments or memories even. Leafing through the photographs, I quietly expressed my thoughts. Executive manager? I'm not exactly an authority on distortions, but I know they manifest through desires or emotions that become warped in bizarre ways. But everything the distortion has shown us so far points back to S-Corp. That is the S-Corp from the past that only Kim and Ongdu would have seen and remembered. These photos, though? They're completely untouched by the distortion. Doesn't that feel off? There must be a strong fixation at play here. Strong enough to slip past even a distortion. And if that obsession is something that refuses to let these memories be influenced, I think our next step should be to look for the people in these photos. These photographs are the only undistorted, unaltered clues we have. Dante says it would be advisable to locate the people shown in these photographs.
Ooh, good idea! Team leader did say that we should accept input from the LCD with open arms. Hey, I do! Can you give me the office catalog? I'll probably need to commission an office affiliated with Seven Association. Let's look for one that could take the request right away.
Can someone tell us where we're fine? I think I know where to find those people. Dante says one of the people shown in the photos has already been found.
What? What? How?
Well, guess I'm just having a lucky day. I pulled the radio from my waist and switched it on without answering Ezra's question. DWRC. I think she says, do we regroup, Clock? That one was especially hard to understand, Ryoshu. Raj is with you, right? Can you put her on? Okay. Roja, you there? Huh? What? Dante wants to talk. One sec. I kinda went overboard with the bread and pastries. My hands are completely full over here.
Pastries? What kind?
Just one of everything.
Can you grab an extra brioche and baguettes for me too? Love the ones with that street, they're so good!
Hold on. I got to readjust the pile if I want to. Just throw them on TF. They're packaged. Yoshu! You can't treat food like that, okay? Bread, bakers have feelings too, you know. How do you think the baker would feel if they knew someone was treating their precious babies like trash? This scabbard is rattling again for no reason. Anyways, Dante, can you give me a sec if you need me to fight? Just need to cram these into my pockets real quick. No, it's not a fight. Huh? Then what's this about? I took a closer look at the words written on the wicker basket in the first photograph, or so it brought me. Where is that bakery you're at? Second one, cans. Da 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 da. Oh, I know who you're looking for. Bread Queen. The owner of the bakery was a woman holding the same wicker basket as the one in the photograph. Yo, Mean Strange, welcome to the stream! Oh my god, I missed you. She took one glance at the picture I held up for her and gave a quick nod. This man, he works in Cannery 17 right next. He's a regular. He used to drop by every morning to buy sandwiches here with his co-workers. Haven't seen him around lately, though. Yo, gal, look at this stream! And those co-workers, I assume they were wearing the same uniform? Asking a question on my behalf, I would have showed the baker another photograph. Probably. It was always wearing one, too. I guess it's the cannery uniform. This confirms our lead executive manager. A few inquiries at that cannery should bring us to the information we need. Yeah, you're right, but it's just that she doesn't seem very concerned at all. She's one of the people in the photos that weren't affected by the distortion, right? Thought she'd be a close acquaintance. Allow me to verify, Executive Manager. Do you know the name of this regular you spoke of? His name? Am I supposed to know that? Though I wasn't expecting her to actually know his name, the apathy evident in her voice gave me pause. He took a photo of you. Wouldn't it be reasonable to assume that you're well acquainted with him? Oh, that. What's going on? Yeah, she's looking creepy as fuck. The baker's demeanor changed when I just pressed the point. She gave a strange, unsettling smile before pulling something from her apron pocket. A thin and round can-like object. He said he'd give me 5 of these canned experience for free if I let him take my picture. He even said he'd throw in docugraph for the building of my choice. He docugraphs buildings, right? He even takes work trips to the nest every now and then. So I asked him to get me a docugraph of this lovely mansion I saw by the nest suburbs. I know I'll never get to afford a beautiful place like that, but this way, I can at least experience what it's like, and gosh, it was everything I'd ever hoped for. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but there was a distinct eeriness to that dreamy, blissful smile on the baker's face. There's a chill down my spine.
Young Marceau? Are these kind experiences truly possessed of such marvels? To pluck a semblance of reason from one's countenance?
They maintain high demand across the city. District 14 is one of only several markets.
Does that mean that those who indulge in count experiences may experience venturing on an expedition to the Great Lake and bungee jumping off the summit of the skyscraper yonder if they remain seated where they are?
They may. However,
Ooh, a magic can allowing one to pursue any dream the heart may conceive! Verily, I confess my own soul is much tempted.
It differs from pursuing a dream.
Huh?
Mass-produced canned experiences are made from base experience matter mixed with various modified information. The resulting end product enables intense stimulation through altered memory. Therefore, it is unlike the dream as expressed by Don Quixote. A piece of memory refined along the numerous processing stages of the cannery's production lines is not equivalent to genuine experience, meaning the usage of experience in a previous statement must also be amended.
Damn. I don't think I've ever heard Merceau feel this strongly about something like that. Huh. Memories altered for intense stimulation. That does sound quite shady.
How does this cast a shade upon the boons granted by the can? Adventures and tales are forsooth inclined towards its little grandeur.
It is because the memories provided by canned experiences are extremely vivid. Statistics have shown that users of cans interpret them as authentic experiences and become dependent on them.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's drugs. It's drugs.
A possible cause of the formation of dependence patterns is that canned experiences allow one to feel as if one has achieved a dream that is in reality impossible.
Art thou implying that users have made content with devouring forged dreams stored in instant use cans? Made content with devouring forged dreams stored in instant use cans?
Worse still, the user may no longer strive to chase dreams in the waking world. For the sweeter and more splendidly a dream is embellished, the more impossible it will appear to be grasped with one's own hands.
To become a cause for surrender instead of inciting one to march forth. Verily, doth it not annul the significance of dreaming itself, if the resultant dream rouses not the spirit to go up towards it?
Whether that annuls its significance I cannot know. But they sell well.
So, how much will you be buying?
By what?
Came barging in with all these questions, and I was patient enough to answer them politely, wasn't I? Don't you think I'm a sailor too? Not about to leave without buying a single loaf after crowding up my baker and scared off my customers, are you?
Her case was on point, actually. With our whole group gathered around, the passers-by gave us wide berth and hurried on, whispering among themselves. Nobody was out to come in and buy bread like that.
Come on, lady. I practically cleared your shelf already, didn't I? That's true.
You did? Where the hell are you keeping all that then?
Oh, you even got to ask. Of course I had some already. And the rest is safely tucked in my coat pocket so we can all share later.
So you already ate some. Let's buy a little more. It's true we scared off the other customers. Understood. Given that the expense is made to facilitate this operation, the lack of prior budgeting should not pose a problem.
Oh, nice. Sesame rice bun for me, please.
It was Kim. He really did have a knack for making an entrance at the least expected moments.
Hey, mister! Where have you been the whole time?
Wait. Be cross with me all you like, but just give me a moment.
Ezra paused, waiting in puzzled anticipation.
Only for Kim to take a sesame rice bun from the baker's hands and chomp onto it.
All right, I'm ready.
Freaking waste of bread!
Ezra's angry fist drove straight into Kim's solar plexus, folding him to the ground like a crumpled sack of potatoes as he rolled away. At this rate, the owner might start charging his whole bakery, next roof and all. Best get away from here.
Manager.
Marceau approached me as we walked down the street, with Ezra and Kim still squabbling behind us. He was holding a roll of something brown and tightly coiled. Huh?
I have completed development of the film per your instruction.
Oh, so this is the film that in the canister you were shaking. Do I just unroll it?
Hold it up against the sun or other sources of light. As it is a reversal film, the images should be visible as they were photographed.
I have no idea what a reversal film meant, but I did see as he said and unrolled the film. Hey, Doris, welcome to the stream! Okay, I can see it. Huh, that's pretty cool. Oh, is it showing? Can I see too?
Move it over a bit. Let me have a look too.
It was hard to make out the details because the images were too small, but I could still tell the strip was packed with almost identical pictures.
Huh? Is this the same person in every shot? In the same pose in all of them? Ah, you're right. No, wait a second. See the arm here? The further along the strip you go, the lower it gets.
It's like an animation reel or something. Huh. It's a film reel actually. Oh. Yeah. And the head looks like it's turning to the right. Huh! We were all squinting up at the tiny frames on the film when Sinclair suddenly flinched, went stiff like he'd seen something he shouldn't have. A second later, all color drained out of his face. Sinclair? What's the matter?
This reminds you of something I learned in school. You draw a picture in the corner of a stack of notes or a thick book, in the exact same spot on every page. You start with the arms down. Then you make one small change on each page, nudge the arms up higher and higher until they're raised all the way up. When you flip the pages fast enough, the drawings stop looking like separate images. The still figure starts moving. The class was called Introduction to Motion Pictures. I remember the teacher saying that the video footage we watch are all made the same way.
Are you saying that this is...
It's a continuous sequence of still images. The arrangement of the frame suggests that the film strip is highly likely to constitute footage, a violation of N-Corp's taboo.
Oh, that's right. So filming is a taboo for N-Corp specifically. But going like hyper old school with it, is that like a loophole? I wonder. Like, huh? Huh? That's a bit of a gray area there, isn't it? A ship of Theseus here. Huh. Specifically, it's recorded footage. That's a taboo. But what happens if you're just playing, if you're just taking a bunch of photos together? Huh. Does that count as footage? Okay, so as long as it's not recorded, I see. So it's fine as long as it's not recorded. Let's go. Brand new enemies here. Oh crap! As soon as I registered Marceau's words, my hand reflexively threw the film to the ground. Are we gonna be okay? We might have just broken a taboo. My mind began to race, rapidly traveling back through our journey, specifically to the time when Don Quixote had smashed the window at a K-Corp and caused the wing to wipe out our team multiple times over. I felt faint. At least we had Virgilius with us then, and it ended up being not big of a deal at the end of the day since I could revive the sinners, but... Some nest taboos can get us in serious trouble just for carrying anything that has to do with them, can't they? I hurriedly turned towards the sinners, many of whom looked every bit as troubled as I felt. Still, a few of them expressed a casual lack of concern, citing all the crazy things we've gone through so far. Miss Faust! What'll happen to us if this gets manager killed? Okay, so this is it, huh?
Stop freaking out, guys. They're not dying and we'll be fine. And Gorb's not gonna kill you on the spot just for possessing a film roll.
Really?
Well, it might be a problem if the film roll does contain genuine recorded footage, but it's not like you guys had a hand in filming it, right? When Gorb Jews get here to pick it up, just comply with their commands, thank them for their service, and nicely hand over to the authorities. And everything should be a-okay.
There is a possibility that everything will not be okay.
Huh?
Because I have developed the content of that film roll in the dark room.
Oh.
The court will take the lack of intentionality into consideration. However, it is very likely that my actions will be deemed as aiding the primary violator of the taboo.
Really?
But team leader said that Angkor has their own regulatory standards regarding image quality, which they use to determine the severity of taboo violation.
They actually broke it accidentally before, huh? Oh, damn.
If the footage's image quality or frame rate is within regulations, Angkor won't be sticking their fixtures on our butts right away. And that could buy us time or give our company some leverage to make a deal, however small it might be.
Hello, what is welcome to the stream?
Because what they're really listening for around for is how close to reality the video is, or how close of an experience it provides to real life. So even if we're really, really unlucky and they actually come after us, that's gonna be fine as long as the footage is low fidelity. Probably.
So, what exactly does frame rate within regulations entail? That's how they met Vespa. Oh, wow. Huh.
It means the interval between each frame shouldn't be, like, super brief. Think about photo slideshows. They only show you one image every few seconds, so it doesn't feel real or vivid, right? You can technically call them motion pictures, but there is no vividness required to violate their taboo.
Then, let us analyze the film roll and see how vivid it really is. Rousseau, I trust that you're knowledgeable in subjects concerning N-Corp, yes? Cooperate. Could this film roll be considered a violation of the taboo? Otis picked up the film roll from the ground and showed it to Rousseau.
That cannot be determined. Unless each frame is thoroughly analyzed and compared with adjacent.
Without waiting for Rousseau to finish, Otis unrolled the film roll and raised it against the sky. Oh God! The rest of you get over here. We must analyze these frames. The film canister was labeled experiment, so I assumed the culprit had created this as a test run of sorts. An experiment to see how close they could get to violating a taboo and testing the limits of the law. It may even be a mere collection of similar photographs that are pretending to be recorded footage. The sinners all gathered around Otis and looked up towards the unrolled film in unison. Here, the flower pot moves between frames, doesn't it? The docugrapher couldn't possibly have moved the pot while also holding down the shutter button. I don't see any difference. See here. The expression risen on the subject's visage appears rather stiff.
Maybe they're just a gloomy sort.
Perhaps, yet observe closer. The stiffness arises not from gloom, but from strain to maintain it. Oh, if that's the case, maybe the subject really is trying to fake an actual footage by moving very, very slowly. That's a pretty convincing theory, but I'm not sure if that's enough to conclude that we're in the clear just yet. That's when Bamboo-Headed Kim, who had been sprawled on the ground ever since Ezra punched him, stepped in the conversation.
Let's see. Look at the shadow cast on that windowsill. See how it noticeably shifts between each frame? Whoever made this knows their craft for sure. But I can't imagine a backstreets dweller would have any way to mess with the sun's trajectory.
Now the likely scenario must be that the creator of this film roll deliberately made its subject move very slowly, from frame to frame. Stop motion. Creating a series of disconnected photos that, when played sequentially, would look like footage that violates the taboo. It's stop motion. Is that the loophole? In which case, the film roll does not violate the net's taboo. Correct?
That is highly probable.
So he says, Executive Manager. We should be in the clear for now. At least in regards to aiding the violation of a wing's taboo. But if he was willing to go through this much trouble just to test N-Corp's patience, it's hard to believe that he'd have stopped here. That's why it was called experiment. The photographer was like trying to skirt the lines of the taboo. Based on all available evidence, Executive Manager, it seems reasonable to conclude that the inflection point of this case is a taboo violator on the run.
Huh? But what motive would they have to do that? Sure, working for a wing subsidiary is nothing on being an actual wing employee, but it's still pretty up there when it comes to careers available in the backstreets. Work for a subsidiary long enough and you might even get transferred to a factory job in the nest. That gives you a pretty okay chance at a better life, so...
Maybe you were just tired of living that kind of life. Everyone has one of those days, don't they? The sudden feeling that you could be doing more than live the rest of your life in 9-to-5 hell. The drive to do something that takes you away from the pressure of trying to make a life. Hey, that's Ishmael. Something about what Ishmael said must have tickled bamboo-headed Kim, because he suddenly whipped around towards her and shook his head.
Maybe. How many of those people do you think are capable of throwing away everything they've built on a whim? From what I've seen, maybe our culprit just likes to play with fire.
Play with fire?
Yeah. Must have started by doing something that technically doesn't count as a taboo, and inched on and on until he brushed thrillingly close to one. One thrilling shot through this camera. And another with the next. Until eventually he ended up recording actual footage.
Cool. Now leaves the question of what the heck was he trying to do with it?
Might have been trying to screen it using a projector for all this part of the back streets to see.
What? But wouldn't that make everyone here, even those who unwillingly came across the projection?
Right on. It'd have made those folks violators of the taboo.
Even seeing it unwillingly? God damn. But why would anyone...
So, would you care to explain how you know that, Mr. Breadbrain?
I asked around the opposite street, and apparently some guy's been going around asking the workshops if they could make him a projector. Seemed like most of them turned him down, but they also said that he stopped showing up after a certain point. But I guess that he got his hands on a projector somehow.
Alas, is it not a taboo of Encore to view recorded videos? Pray tell, why would any insane mind?
Well, it ain't a taboo if you only made a projector, innit? Backstreet's blokes are down for anything as long as there's coin.
So... Huh. How do we track this guy down?
Multiple individuals in the same Garvis pinframe team have just been identified in the vicinity. They are all carrying the same briefcase.
Well, isn't that convenient? Maybe we can play this like a festival or a convention and just tell people who look like they're involved with whatever they're looking for and what we're looking for. So they'll lead us to wherever we need to go. Bye. Thank you so much for coming, Main Strange.
Indeed. At architecture conventions, there'll be those in formal plaid shirts and suspenders milling about, and I could always trust them to lead me to the convention venue. Aha. And it was common for those plaid shirt fellas to look around like they're scanning the area. And was it common? Did they also go around checking people against photographs? Collect violence. Please advise for... They also radioed each other, glaring at people like they're glaring at... Huh? Perhaps you could answer that series of queries yourself.
Nope. This crowd sure don't look like they're gonna let us follow them. Here we go. Let's go.
요새 일 말곤 할 게 없어서 그런가 자꾸 대기 타게 된단 말이지. 해결사 영상 보는 거랑 좀 비슷한 느낌도 있고. 설까 이건 좀 재밌을지도?
Let's go. Are you fucking serious? My god, why did we suck so badly there?
죽지도 않은 목숨 최대한 고통스럽게 만들어 보자고.
There we go.
아름다운 것 그렇지 않은 것 무타 법을 이제야 좀 이해했고
다음번에는 뵐 수 있겠죠?
귀와 요격 연수가 이어졌다.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与え
착한
ました
결과야. 여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시겠다.
Alright, now we're in serious mode.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Unbelievable, you're still favored? Oh my god.
확실하게 갈라지는
지금
감각이었네.
완전 사건들이랑 공원을 같았어.
물어 떨굴 수밖에. 개운했어요.
대박. 줘도 되잖아.
There we go.
씹어줘야 하는데.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
Are you serious, Faust? What? No clash?
그렇게만 해.
How did he not clash? What the fuck? Didn't it say clash? God damn it.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요. 이미 우리는 손에 많은 피를 묻혔잖아. 몇 명 밀어난다고 달라지는 건 없어.
What is YMF? What do you mean remove the clash? How the fuck would I remove the clash? Oh god damn it. Ah. How is Faust losing? There we go.
100원, 1000원.
Ah, what a waste. Seriously.
일찍 끝나겠구나. 이런 걸 보면 단축의 예술. 끝을 알 수 없던 엄마가 선택한 최선의 방법이었을지도 모르겠어. 거미집에서의 생애. 내가 겪어야 했을
There we go.
재밌었다.
짧게
자, 오늘
끊어내고
할 거 다
싶었을
끝난 거 맞지?
테니.
그럼 약속대로 이 만화책이랑 해결사 잡지 가져간다.
승부수가 먹혀들었군. 판세는 완벽히 우리에게 있었다. 정착지를 찾을 때까지 이 기세를 잃지 않기를.
Pursuit. Ah, they're after us. Wait, that was already. Are you serious? I might be able to finish today. Unless, though, there's probably a dungeon though, isn't there? Oh, is this just a battle only? I think this might be a fight only.
세피라들도 결국 내 편에 설 수밖에 없을 거야. 나도 그들도 모두 빛의 눈이 멀어버렸거든.
물러서지 않겠습니다.
How are you not getting a single heads? I saw that meme with the bar. Oh my god. Alright, Merceau, where are you? Time to supervise. Let's go.
죄를 새겨주겠어.
Yeah, I just feel there's not enough enemies though to use assist to need to use the assist defense. It feels like.
숨을 거두랴.
징계팀 직원이라면
It feels like they're only giving us like 3 or 4 enemies at a time, so it doesn't feel necessary to use the assist defense. Alright, now we're in hyper mode. It's also I just have trouble getting things not to clash.
피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어났는데요.
적절한 도구 지표가 있는지 모르겠어. 흉터의 경우 유사 실험 기록이 있다면 바로 전송해 주고.
어쩐 일로 진짜 도움이 되는 걸 걸치고 오셨네요.
Alright, here we
이대로 물에
go.
넣으시죠.
Everyone's speed is just too high. Let's see.
물러서지 않겠습니다.
엄마는 무기라면 뭐든 잘 다뤘어. 그중 제일 뛰어난 게 검이었고.
How are you winning? God damn it!
옳다.
그냥 5배.
아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것. 무, 타, 법을 이제야 좀 이해했군. 물러서지 않겠습니다.
Nice. Oh, she's going just going ape shit.
대박! 방금 간지였는데?
비와 요격 떨굴 수밖에.
이와 요격 되잖아. 이럴 때딱 씹어줘야
떨굴 수밖에.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
このままいけば敵を食い止められます
Ah, that's funny.
즐겁겠군.
Ah, wow, we didn't even have to do anything.
이번에도 잘해줬어.
There we
유익한
go.
책이 또 하나 늘었네. 도시에는 내가 모르는 것들이 많아. 이렇게 하나씩 알아가다 보면 언젠간 반드시 찾을 수 있겠지. 세상의 모든 것 돌아오고 있어요. 뒤틀림에서 다시 사람의 형상으로. 살수의 방식으로는 절대 도달하지 못했을 결과일 테죠.
We go out. This is
것 같네요.
here we get. This is the section of the intervalo where we get. We a new enemy here.
무엇을 배워가면 좋을지.
New enemy time.
제가 원하는 대로 베어버려도 되나요?
Hardly a challenge. What a WOT.
Oh, well, at least they're not much of a fighter one-on-one. Service de Clou is not a combat specialized department. While they have all undergone basic combat training for exigent circumstances, they are not prepared for head-on conflicts such as this. Yeah, I noticed. I kept taking pictures of us with their briefcases. I'm guessing that's their primary job description. What are they snapping away for then? Whispering behind our backs like a load of creeps?
Collecting photos to include in the report for the higher ups, I'd wager. Huh. I can kind of see how they could think we're involved in this somehow. Every time they followed a lead, they end up encountering us. It's hardly a surprise and rationale. Rousseau stood a footstep away from the rest of the sinners and watched in silence as they tried to come up with an explanation. What is he thinking? What is it that he wishes to say? Or is he simply contemplating, observing without any preconceived notions in his mind? His silence shouldn't have been any different from his usual reticence, but as though by some chance or whim. Hey, Rousseau? I was struck by this sense of brief yet distinct strangeness, and was compelled to speak with him.
Yes, manager.
Don't hesitate to let me know if there's something you want to say, but aren't sure if you're supposed to say it.
Yes, manager. I will do as you ordered should one circumstance such occur.
As always, his reply was deflatingly concise and direct. As though he had some rule of his own that told him this was a specific response for situations like these. Okay, but I'm talking about right now, actually. Do you have anything to say right now?
No, I do not.
It didn't appear to me that he was trying to hide anything or choosing his words in response to my question. His reply was simply that. An answer, nothing more. Yes, a prepared answer written down in a list of responses. That's what it felt like to me. As though this particular answer had always been the only one available for situations like these. Clearly, prodding him for answers wasn't going to get me anywhere, so... With a curt, sure if you say so, I turned away from him and took off to join the other sinners. As I did so, a few words lingered at the top of my proverbial tongue. Asking to be let out, so I did. Would have been nice to know what you were looking at.
Of that,
He spoke.
I cannot fathom, I cannot form a judgment.
What?
That is because the precise definition and nature of the subject of my gaze are just as unknown to me as to you.
The gaze bearing? What's going on?
Should you point to an object or an enemy, I can provide a verbal explanation based on my current knowledge. If you require such information, please rephrase your question accordingly.
Had I asked him again then? Had I tried to get to the bottom of that line of questioning? Could I have found myself the smallest peek into Rousseau's psyche, which had remained entirely shrouded in mystery even after an entire year of traveling together? I suppose that's not for me to judge as well.
Manager,
Yeah?
another battle is imminent. As you have previously instructed, I have informed you of an imminent battle.
Yo, Buzz Clock! I'm just gonna sit there all day while we all do all the fighting. They're pouring out of that building over there.
So they must have been on their way to that building. Our path ahead seems clear, Executive Manager. Let us neutralize these foes and head up there.
Gotcha. Be right there.
The brief lull of battle came to a close. And battling enemies who arrived precisely at the time Rousseau predicted, made our way into the building. Oh, here we go. There's the projector. Oh, with all those creepy mouths. Oh, God.
Bloody hell. Them blokes we fought downstairs must have been the weaker ones of the bunch.
How does N-Corp have so many guys on their payroll? There's no end to them. It is a wing, after all.
Are these the taboo violators? I thought the comfort worked alone. No, I'm quite certain they're the ones from the subsequent reports.
God damn it, will you guys just listen to us? The N-Corp fixtures appeared just as confused as we were. It was completely clear to me that they were expecting to find the taboo violator here, not a big group of a dozen or so people.
What were they thinking, sending father to us to deal with an organized father like us to deal with an organized taboo violation? They should have sent taboo hunters here instead. Why do you think they told us to consume canned experience containing mass melee combat?
I thought it would also be used like that. I thought they would also use it like that for training. I knew, yeah, that makes the most sense.
They must have thought our current manpower would suffice to deal with this. I don't know about that. Wait, wasn't there an extra report? And one of them's
All of a sudden, one of them what? A blood feed? With a click, the room began to buzz with the metallic whir of some kind of machinery. Uh-oh. And immediately I could tell what it was. Distortion. Ah, we're going into the fucking dungeon. Yeah, I think we might be able to finish today. If we're just going to the dungeon now. Standing in the middle of the shabby room was a device I wasn't sure if I had seen before. Oh, I'm reminded of Control. Where was the projector? That was the cause of everything. Its exterior was plastered with strange shapes that looked similar to what we saw in the Chunokun's faces in our earlier battles, making it difficult to grasp its full shape. The round object affixed to it began to rotate slowly, with a dull and worn-out groan of a thing past its prime. Men! Shield your eyes! Shield your eyes! The moment it began to emit a faint ray of light, Aldous thundered in a commanding voice. Gah! I quickly turned away as well, making sure not to catch even a glimpse of it. The device could be playing a recorded video, Executive Manager. Well, next time, if it's that short, next time I might just do a quick whatchamacallit, Tokyo Xanadu afterward. The device could be playing a recorded video, Executive Manager. Even a brief look at it could constitute a taboo violation. Shit. I saw that. I'm so finished. Just as panic began creeping into the voices of several unlucky individuals.
Oh man, oh man. Folks, this is starting to get a little embarrassing.
A sleepy voice breaks through the darkness past my, metaphorically speaking, shut eyes. Mentor!
Eyes open, Ungdu. What's wrong with everyone? Got dust in your eyes?
The hell's wrong with you? Don't you know that anyone who watches even a split second of a recorded video in Encore gets...
Of course I know. And I watched it anyway. Open your eyes, esteemed fellows. This motion picture isn't recorded. Hang on, he's right. The video's not a record.
Possibly emboldened by Kim's comment, her perhaps believing that seeing the video could be excused as incidental exposure incurred while subduing violators. The Encore employees also opened their eyes and began to mutter amongst themselves.
Is that thing talking to us?
I finally allowed myself a good look at the machine, which was firing a conical beam of light against the side of the wall. And this was its message delivered via white words on a black background. So you've tracked me down this far. After what I went through to take refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blindly consuming fake experience after fake experience, without even a care about the real thing.
Case number TC3224. You were under suspicion of a Category 3 violation. Reveal yourself now and forfeit your illegal recordings. Should you comply, we will... What is foolery but witless buffoonery in the absence of fools? The hollowed vessel bereft of all but lingering delusions grants not even a brool of echo to the dogged exorciation of tools.
Damn, now he's all freaking wise and shit.
What's this fella on about? If you mean to obstruct our official duties, we won't hesitate to use force.
Clang. Without even so much as turning around, Bamboo-headed Kim raised his sword and parried away the Encore employee's nail-shaped weapon.
I'm only speaking as my whim guides me, my dear fellows. No need to get so huffy. I only aim to say that this abomination has no consciousness.
After what I went through to take refuge in here, they still ended up finding this place. All of you blind and consuming fake experience after fake experience without even care about the real thing. After repeating the same sentences over and over.
Now that does make me wonder. Was I just as far gone when I distorted? Past all words and reason? I mean, if anyone ever has an answer to that question, it'd be you folks, right?
Kim said nothing more. He turned a piercing look on us, all the while effortlessly swatting away the Encore employee's attacks, as though he was goading us into telling him the truth.
Well, don't suppose there's any point in asking. I'm no different from this abomination. Just as it wields that contraption, I must have wielded the only thing I've really known, the blade, transforming into a mindless fiend consumed by a mere tool, cleaving through both friend and foe, unrestrained.
He, Junior? Are you still on about that?
I tried to avert my eyes, I truly did. But such disregard is easier said than done. How can I when that distorted being has no qualms showing me that... Doesn't he know how rude the unsolicited reflecting of the fathoms of one's heart is? That's gotta be illegal or something. Illegal, I say! Turning a customer into a thug on a protection racket run. A mere ant before a car in motion into a swerving driver. Conjuring dead followers before the eyes of their mentor. Simply unconscionable. Rude as hell, as some might say. My poor heart almost burst down my chest, courtesy of you.
Damn. In that split second, I think I saw Merceau's eyebrows twitch.
A battle is imminent, manager.
Just a natural response to sensing an imminent battle, perhaps? Uh-oh. A blinding fat flash followed by an explosive bang. My vision immediately went white and decided to take its damn time coming back. And when it did... the first thing that came into view was a particularly unsettling landscape of S-Corp. Followed by bamboo-headed Kim surrounded by a small army of Chuno-kun.
Mentor!
Keep that up and you'll shot me deaf, Hongdu. Isn't it about time we both grew accustomed to such sights?
Mentor, still do I wake from these dreams drenched in cold sweat, that they might bind and drag you away?
Huh? This isn't so bad, is it? It's just these folks so far. Unlike earlier when...
Another flash. What's going on?
What was that? Everything went dark. I don't understand what's happening, but first things first, we have to neutralize everyone here, get our mission back on track.
Adjusting projection. Uh-oh.
I've been straying far and wandering all day for this exact reason, and...
So that was its mechanism. Faust? The words began to shift rapidly before I had the chance to ask Faust what she had meant. To the one who finds comfort settling in lies, I'll give you what most deserved your gaze.
Bollocks. I'll be blind before today's over at this rate.
It changed.
It did. Unlike the earlier instance, one of the distortions is different from the others.
As Merceau identified, there was something different about the group of Chunokun this time. You're accompanied by someone else. A warrior in impressive armor, wielding a sword that was just as tall.
That armor. And a great wando of the Sol Circle. To be reunited in such a manner.
The warrior drew a bow that hung from the waistguard and knocked an arrow.
Arrow. I suppose this was how it would have gone down. Had you been the one to grab me. Military Commissioner Im Gyong Yup. How do you fare, friend? At the signal I was loosing. Seize the accursed.
The warrior loosened the knocked arrow, which soared into the sky with a piercing whistle. And with that ear-splitting sound as their cue, the Chunoku began to swarm us. Oh boy, here we go. Mid-boss time.
누가 화났을 땐 이렇게 숨소리도 내지 말고 숨어 있어야 해.
Flash phenomenon. Oh, here we go. Slow play the home band. Unclashable with assist units. This music, oh my god. Okay, so this guy is like all about assist. Indestructible and unseverable, huh? My god, this music! Zero memory transition, stack, retreat, and transition to a different location. Take minus turning damage from burn, bleed, tremor, rupture, sinking. Ah, fuck. Alright, let's go. Oh, you want me to read this guy's stuff? Okay, let's see. S-Corp commands two sorts of taboo hunters. The Royal Censors and the Chunokus. Agents of the Royal Court, the Royal Censors generally operate alone, moving undercover to pursue those who have dared to break the taboo of Salpipio. Chunokus, much like fixer officers, form bands with their own ranks. Once an order or a contract to hunt down a bandit is bestowed upon them. Each band hunts its mark and the men are pursued by the band. The hunt for Nobi knows neither honor nor dignity. Alright, we saw that one. Let's see. Yeah, the boss. Yeah, I was gonna look at the boss after. Here we go. The Eastern War Stride armors are not so much equipped as they are piloted. S-Corp's Duochang Brigandine is one example of such armor. Oh, it's a mech suit. Much like R-Corp's powered armor suit and the full-plate armor used by the Knights of the West, the Duochang Brigandine greatly augments the user's offensive and defensive combat capabilities. Yet these advantages do not mean the armors of such potency are readily supplied for combat personnel. Each unit has its own controls and comes with the limitation of requiring separate fuels. What remains certain, however, is that within all the information aforementioned armors, once the rider is familiarizes himself with the Duochang Brigandine's extended reach and heightened power output, it becomes a machine of war that strides across battlefields with the promise of slaughter. God, this music is banging! Assume a different battle form of the homeland every 3 turns. Sword of the Homeland. S-Corp's traditional art of swordsmanship is also divided into 3 branches, Salpi and Fio. for you. Within their teachings techniques to hew and cleave through creatures of colossal stature such as Sangans. Damn! So they're like fight giant monsters. Form them in full. Swordsmen must wield a great wando, capable of bringing strange techniques. A battle form of the homeland. The mountains of Escorp District 19 are home to all manner of beasts. Among them, the bear in particular boasts strength and forcing into boulders falling from the cliff and the landside. A big scary bear! Giving ground to the creature's charge is ill-advised. One must aim to hew it down with the first slash of the blade. Yeah, it's kind of like a tokusatsu. Tigers are cunning and ferocious. One cannot hope to cut a tiger's flesh with a single stroke. Only a relentless flurry of chain slashes can overwhelm the creature until it's felled at last. Fail to do so, and the tiger will escape death, or arrest his opponent and one day grow into a Sangan, a lord of the mountain. Whether these beings will grant auspicious fortune on men or return as malevolent calamities is impossible to tell. Martial arts of perseverance. Oh, he gains poise. There are those who persevere in training for lack of talent, and there are those who blessed with talent only let it rest. All men say that the title of Apex Blade can be seized only by the gifted. It matters not. Until the day comes for this blade of mine to rise high enough to meet the clouds, I shall persevere in honing my prowess. All right, let's go. Yep, now we rely on the assist defense for sure. Everybody's struggling. Oh my god, this music is banging.
랜덤 4월을
Oh, come on. Why can't we ever win clashes? Oh, that was a good hit.
이래서 전기는 속성별로 준비해달라고 부탁해놨었지. 적재적소했으니까 이만큼 효율적인 일도 없잖아.
나부터 준비해야 할걸?
Alright, now it's time to get serious.
최선을 다해라.
주군께서는 사소한 실수로 책 잡지 아니하시니 너무 긴장하지 말고 임하게.
Unclashable with assist units. Yeah, you gotta clash that one. Okay. Alright, let's go. Nice.
세상스럽지만 꽤 괜찮네. 제법이야.
Faust, can you win one clash?
방어천하 숨을 거두랴.
방금은 좀
미리
쩔었는데.
경세를 살피고 있었죠.
요리오 슈쿠. 엄마가
Let's
만만달
see.
신다고 해서 내가 만들어준 인사말이야. 요슈니까 요리오 슈쿠.
Unclashable with assist units. Ah, that sucks. We gotta help her. How is he dominating? How?
즐겁겠군. 야!
Ah, there we go. Minion going down. All right, let's see.
아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것. 재밌네. 난 너희가 좀 더 어설플 거라고 생각했거든.
나부터 상대해야 할걸?
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이런
Oh, here we go. We're changing now. Within 3 turns.
원치 않게 받은
What?
도움이 될 때가 있지. 엄마와 같은 색으로 갈아 끼웠지. 내 의안처럼.
Time to gank it. Let's fucking gank this fucker.
물러서지 않겠습니다. 귀와 요격. 전형 상수. 상전. 정민화.
Damn, it's a resilient bastard. Okay, it's almost dead. It's almost dead. Cannot be killed and does not take damage other than skill damage. Move to a different location. We need some healing.
더 싸울 수 없으면 걸리적거리지 말고 비켜. 거기서 계속 서 있어.
Alright.
처분 탄원이 날아올 테니.
I don't want to get rid of my S3 though, and I... Are you fucking serious? Oh, we need purple. God damn it. Oh well. I don't think we have any purple. How are we so low on ego resources? I wish I understood how assist defense worked better though.
발광, 차단.
Yes!
금은까지 할진 않을 법.
우와, 지금 완전 삼촌들이랑 공원에 같았어.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
내 안에는 충분합니다.
미리 경기를 살피고 있었죠.
Damn, that was a lot of slash. Alright.
역시 모가지를 분질러야 조용해지는 저 도야지 같은 새끼들.
We still don't have any fucking purples. But we seem to be doing pretty well.
발광, 차단.
Bullshit. Finally.
아름다운 것. 그렇지 않은 것.
All right. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
비와 요격. 함수. 정리로.
왼쪽으로 가서. 그렇지. 좀 치준데.
참아. 숨을 거둔다.
오, 제 행. 그렇다면.
I wonder if this is the guy who's gonna get a reflectorial. I wonder. Like we'll have to actually beat all his HP instead of just the shield. Oh, back here.
내려라 모자리들 이라는 뜻이다. 응? 왜 그딴 표정으로 쳐다보는 거지? 설마 내가 그 로싱이나 이희돈홍처럼 온순해졌을 거라 기대했나? 세피라들도 결국
It's so close to death.
없을 거야. 나도 그들도 모두 빛의 눈이 멀어버렸거든.
Hello, Gregory. Welcome to the stream.
변수가 이어졌다니. 누구라 떨굴 수밖에. 피해 산출값이 예상 범위를 벗어났는데요.
적절한 비교 지표가 있는지 모르겠고 유사 실험 기록이 있다면
Oh, we got his minions back. Ah, fuck berries. There we go. Time to go ape shit. Why don't I have enough fucking... How come she's not clashing this? Seriously? Go.
8권 차단. 그래요. 그렇게 가능했어요.
That's all?
상처는 보기는
Seriously? I thought Wingbeat did way more.
달빛이 밝다. 금은까지 발진나를 더.
ドクターのように優れた式ですね。
이것 봐. 한 상체를 제압하는 건 이름만으로 충분하잖아.
One turn away.
어릴 땐 몰랐어. 왜 엄마가
We got him on this turn.
친구들이랑 말도 못 섞게 했는지.
I really hope this wasn't a 10-turn challenge. Ah, jeez.
안에서도 내로라 하는 실력자들이었을 거야. 너희가 보여준 혹은 더 대단한 기술을 매번 엄마에게 가르쳐줬거든.
망설임이 없도록.
Ah, there we go. Just a clear stage.
I shall set my form aright.
Just a little more. I think we may be able to smash that damn thing to pieces from the rings, but
Yeah, but it's really hard to focus on one thing with a huge warriors happening in and out of reality. As soon as we make ourselves an opening. It'd make our lives a whole lot easier if we could get rid of just one of them. The battle seemed to be taking a toll on the sinners more so than usual. It wasn't that we weren't up against an insurmountable foe, not even close. Not to mention how Ezra and Ongdu were there to help us out. Yeah, we're not in danger. But
Shit. Haven't they had enough? About time they gave up, innit? Boy, how'd you go legging it again? That big sword carrying fella sure is kicking our butts, but I don't know if they're the key to solving this distortion. We ain't exactly flush with options, are we? Our exit's blocked and it's not like we can stop mid-fight to strategize.
with the battlefield constantly shifting between N Corp and S Corp, We simply did not have the breathing room to focus on other projector Im Gong Yap, who was swinging that great blade with frightening force. Besides, Hongdu, Kokomo is back! It shall be done! N-Corp was sending far too many people against us. There weren't that many at first, but it seemed that the sudden spike in employee casualties in areas so close to the nest had alerted N-Corp to our location. How do we get out of this? Faust? Otis? Help me out here. I decided to stop racking my brain trying to navigate a situation I knew so little about, and instead rely on the sinners with possibly more experience in the field. First, I needed to know if there's any way we can deal with the endless reinforcements N-Corp is sending after us. And second, will defeating Im Gong Yap, destroying that projector bring an end to the distortion phenomenon?
If I may speak freely, Executive Manager, it is unlikely that our present force will be sufficient to overcome the current rate of enemy and reinforcements. Not only is the battlefield situated in close proximity to the enemy's stronghold, but there is an unpredictable variable in that strange machine that makes neutralizing even a single wave of enemies difficult. I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but we're trapped in a battlefield with but a single exit, which the enemies have already blocked, without reinforcements of our own. There's little hope of prevailing through the current predicament.
Yeah, seems that way to me too. But maybe if we can neutralize the distortion phenomenon at the very least. Faust recommends entering the Dungeon of the Fathoms as our exit. Dungeons of the Fathoms? But how can I enter if we can't even talk to the distortion? Wait, maybe... During the LCV regular checkup back at the LCE, he says that all you have to do is read what's on the note in front of the distortion. Apparently it's some kind of a code. Right, keywords! Oh my god, it's a Persona 5 palace! This one seems to be a location type distortion, which means that regardless of where the bright flashes takes us, N-Corp or the twisted character of S-Corp, we're still within its range. In other words, as long as I have the right keywords, I can summon an entrance to its Dungeon of the Fathoms from anywhere within it. Okay, so what are the keywords for the distortion then? Hohenheim provided us the necessary keywords for his distortion back then. But this time we have to figure it out on our own. First things first, one of them has to be photograph. It's obviously been present throughout the entire phenomenon.
If I may, perhaps experience may be one of them.
Yi-Song put his 2 cents in, having briefly retreated from battle to the back lines.
There is an undercurrent of obsession with experiences stating his every trail. It must have all in relation to what has caused its distortion.
Experience. The concept alone lacks substance. It must be something more grounded, something that is once synonymous with experience, while maintaining a through line to N-Corp's technology that was the core of his obsession. Canned experience? Most likely, thinks Faust. Alright then. photograph, can't experience. Yeah, they said those words many times. It couldn't be that.
Not seems to transpire as of yet.
It didn't, but I could feel it. Are these the kind of photographs they use to make can't experience? So that's what that strange sensation was. Mentioning that word shook the distortion and caused that rippling effect. But it was clearly not enough to force it open the Dungeon of Fathoms. How many other keywords could there be?
Scraps.
Sorry?
Oh, I thought we were all taking turns sharing what might have caused them to distort. And going by the way you folks were saying your piece one after another, I thought this was supposed to be some sort of Zen riddle.
Not a Zen riddle, no. But where's scraps come from?
See, when I'm enjoying the benefits of slacking off at work, all kinds of mundanities come to possess far more interesting qualities. Sometimes even revealing secrets invisible to eyes focused elsewhere. Take a person of interest, to wit. He has been poking around this area of town with an eye-wateringly expensive camera in tow. So conspicuously that every store owner I'd lightly prodded for information had tales to tell about him. Each tale added another facet to the long saga of a once-driven man. A man with a can-do attitude. An uncanny ability to pull himself up by his own bootstraps. And a clear path toward Nest residence, who became so bewitched by photography that he eventually squandered his fortune on what was in the end nothing more than a pastime. And that went on until he found himself reduced to a pauper, barely making rent on a scrap heap of an apartment.
In pursuit of his ideality, the man has lost grip of fortune and reality.
I sought out his apartment and found a few scraps of his writing. When cold rain drifts through the roof, when mold and tepid humidity together encroach from the earth, the mind begins to wander, lost. Eventually, madness is invoked in a form indistinguishable from drunkenness. The pauper loses himself.
A shadow darker than any I had seen on Kim's face crept beneath the shade of his eyes. No, I had seen that look once in the past. That would be more accurate to say that I'd heard it, and his voice echoed in the fathoms, distorted by guilt and regret. Hello, Hoshi and Conway, welcome to the stream. Perhaps I shouldn't be surprised by the fact that this distortion has, among the countless people here, taken a particular interest in Bamboo Head and Kim. For sure, he's speaking from experience. Photograph, canned experience, and scraps. Like inserting a final piece of the puzzle, the space before us momentarily warped and flashed, opening a pathway to distortion's patterns. Well then, we'll be right behind you, Executive Manager. Miss Ezra, this is what I had seen then. The gateway to one's fathoms. This is it, huh? Neat stuff. But, before she could finish, Ezra had to redirect her focus from our discussion back to the battle. Most of the sinners were caught in the same predicament. Some managed to disengage from the battle and prepare to enter the Dungeon of the Fathoms, but Hong Lu, Gregor, and several others were still busy holding off N-Corp employees.
Ugh. They're gonna follow us right in there if we run now, right?
Probably. Even those who aren't chained to Dante like we are can travel through the pathway once it's open, so...
Yes. Let's not drive ourselves into an even narrower corner. I'll keep them at bay.
Hearing that, Bamboo-headed Kin stepped up.
My sword arm's not what it once was. Well, it should be enough for this. Besides, I have little wish to set foot in some ill-omened place and be tangled in such a bizarre mess.
Is that really what he thinks? There was something in his eyes that led me to believe this was about more than just staying by to protect our rear. He was... WTF.
Huh?
What a terrible front. Oh my god. At least try to pretend to be sincere and make it easy for us to believe you. Did you think that terrible excuse was gonna fly? What are you trying to avoid, sword singer? You're not some kid trying to get out of doing his homework.
I remember hearing that entering a dungeon of the fathoms will bring one to the spiritual fathoms the distortion is gazing into. That what lies within must be my very own. For that is what the abomination is gazing into. It's distorted then. You're coming with us.
Yay!
We ain't about to walk in blind to a place with no sight about, mate. Guide us in there, yeah? Oh, that's...
He keeps it simple. You try that too. Learn the hard way that homework like summer reading doesn't go away just because you don't look at it. It's still there, even as the summer break comes to an end, ruining the last day of your vacation into an all-nighter. Arayashiki's scabbard vibrated cheerfully in agreement. Ah. Stop procrastinating. Go to your summer reading. What was it that you said? Face the homework. Say the... Oh my god! School bus company! Face the homework, save the GPA. Face the sin, save the ego. It is, after all, the attitude the company expects of its employees. Oh, good God. Go, Junior! You guys too well, CB. I can handle them all on my own. I'm like level 80 or something.
You will make a lone stand?
Hey, who the heck do you think I am? I'll see why Team Leader Moses felt safe sending me out alone with you guys. This is basically a monster of the week situation for Team Leader and me back in her duo days. I can handle them on my own, no problemo. Yeah, she is a tank. She is a tankety tank. She loses every single clash against Matthias and still standing.
I want to see how you guys handle the inflection point. But I guess you can never really have it all. Oh well. Guess I'll just trust our two OSIR team newbies to handle that. Now that I think about it, I'm setting a pretty solid example as your team senior, aren't I?
She's level 75. She's still 15 levels ahead of us. Yeah, she lost every but my point is not that she lost but the clashes, but that she still survived. Yeah, but that she just took those hits and like walked it off, which is incredible.
I don't like this, but it seems I have no choice in the matter as long as this employee card hangs from my chest.
With a sigh, Kim shook his head and joined us, dragging his feet all the while.
I shall take the Vanguard. Ah, Mentor. Be warned that the entrance is floating. Take a tall step over, or you may trip.
I can clearly see that, Ongdu. Bring me a ladder if you're really that worried, why don't you?
Have you need of one?
Mere jest. You needn't worry.
구, 언, 올. 하지만 슬슬 물리는군. 근처에 융수염이라는 군 거를 파는 곳 있나?
Was she implied that that she was gonna let him use her as a ladder?
한숨 완벽히 우리에게 있어.
Yeah, as her ID for season 9 for sure.
이 기세를 잃지 않기를.
I think Moses was also pretty high up there too, right? UMA, New World. Yes, let's go. Yep, that's about what I expected. And there is the dungeon. All right, you guys. Okay, actually, wait, hold on. We're not done yet because I think, yeah, we have enough for Hong Lu. So let's do that. It's a perfect time to do that.
제가 분명 말했죠? 뛰어봤자 벼룩.
Oh, Moses is level 87. Holy shit. Damn. Color. Oh, wow. Haven't I warned you already? Jump as it might, a flea can't escape the hand closing over it. There we go. All right. So do you guys think we should start next time with his uptie story? Or do you want to do it right now? You can probably do it now? Yeah, we'll do it now. Yeah, we'll do it now. All right, let's go. Bye-bye, Season 0 ID. Frickin' Here we go.
이리 나오시죠. 노비면 노비답게, 죄인이면 죄인답게 이 오랏줄에 묶이시길.
Let's go. It's just up ahead, young man.
Soon we'll find ourselves past the border of the T-Corp back streets. What happened to everyone else? All snared up by the Chunokuns. Those vile wretches. Oh, sir! Behind you! Look behind you! Gah!
Gotcha.
It is well into the late hours of the night. Only a few minutes after the night of the backstreets has passed. The child, hot on the heels of the two residents who had chosen to use that precarious hour as cover to flee escort, threw a heavy lasso at one of them. The lasso was made from ropes called ora, or scarlet bonds. The fugitive fell to the ground helplessly and was soon dragged before the child. No!
Forget about me and flee. Go!
The fugitive shouted in desperate attempt to at least get the boy out of there, but the child was a Chunokun, and Chunokuns never hunt alone. Unlike the royal censors who act under royal decree, Chunokuns are fixers, each serving their own interests. And when the hunt begins, they form packs with those among their ranks who stand to gain from the same pursuit.
Can I trust you to handle the kid?
Of course. I thought we had you lost in the maze of alleys. I commend your tenacity for what it's worth.
I hate to break it to you, but these parts are a common escape route for you fugitives. So thanks to you, I can navigate this entire network of alleys with my eyes closed.
And you're proud of that?
Proud? No, it's got nothing to do with pride. I've just been here enough times that I know it like the back of my hand.
Those seeking a way out of S-Corp didn't have that many options, which made their routes rather predictable. They would often make for the borders between districts, where the hunters know they are likely to turn up. In the cover of dark alleyways, the narrow spaces between collapsed walls, and within abandoned homes where there was with nowhere else to go, to hide, go find what little refuge they are afforded. There was no mistaking it. The fugitive fleeing their homeland already knew these were the places the Chunokun were keen to look. But it wasn't like they had any alternatives. There weren't any other places to go anyway.
I've already given up any hope of seeing S-Corp change for the better. I've given up. I no longer care about the current state of affairs. All I want is to put this place behind us and never look back. You still pursue us with such doggedness. Why?
Because it pays to bring you in. And who knows, maybe I'll land a big fish and climb my way up the ladder. There's something I've been wondering for a while, actually. Why does your kind flee? Do you actually expect something to change? There's nothing for you in the other districts. You think your life will improve once you make it to a different wing? The wings are all the same. There's nothing you penniless, powerless people can do to better your lives.
Oh god. Oh fucking hell, Hung Lu. Fucking hell, man. Oh god, that's...
Thrash and struggle from within. Flee to a different wing without. But nothing will change. Why do they flee, knowing the risk to their lives? What could possibly...
Oh. Why do they flee with the risk to their lives? The child couldn't possibly know what motivated them. The child failed to understand the drive behind their desperation to flee. And he never will.
Oh, God. Honglu has some of the worst bad futures. Ironically, his bad ending ID is not nearly as bad as, like, fucking so many of his other identities. But Honglu always has some of the worst ones. My God. Oh, jeez. Fucking hell. Because he can be... He was in a state where he could be manipulated into doing so many things. Like, so many horrible things without caring. Jeez. Man.
You think we're fleeing in search of warmth and safety? In search of a home, nay, in search of anything? Wrong. We've grown too weary to hope. Too spent to expect even the faintest turn towards better days. We only seek to be free of this hell. Free of this awful hell that will reave us of our families, our neighbors, and eventually our lives.
Be careful what you wish for, because you might find an even worse hell at the end of your journey.
That may be so. A life more horror than this may indeed await us. But to us, who wish for nothing save liberty, the uncertainty of tomorrow is a peril we would take with willing hearts.
Somewhat unhappy with the resident's cryptic reply, the child stopped chatting with the captured Novi. And the captive too fell quiet, eyes turned towards the direction where the Novi boy had fled. After an indeterminate amount of time spent in silence, the other Chuno-kun returned, but instead of welcoming his return, the child responded with a click of his tongue. When he noticed that his pair came back empty-handed, woo! Yeah! Evidently having lost the boy.
Where's the boy?
Got stopped by some new upstart syndicate. Said I was to cover up a toll if I want to get past them.
That can't be helped, I guess.
A new syndicate?
We're running a business after all. No need to incur unnecessary expenses.
As they were preparing to return the Nobis, the child noticed something that soured his mood. It was the look on the captured Nobi's face. A smile. The child frowned, puzzled by the fugitive's strange cheer. Surely he knew that his treatment would only grow harsher once he was dragged back. What could he possibly be smirking about? Curious, the child tugged on the scarlet bond tied to the fugitive and asked,
That boy who got away, he's just a stranger to you, isn't he? He's not even your kin. You do know they're going to punish you once you're taken back, right? For all that effort, all you managed was to help just one other person escape. So tell me, whatever are you smiling for?
Child's query was met with another quiet smile. What that smile carried, this child would never understand. Oh, man. That is super depressive for Hong Li. It could be the Blade lineage. Oh my god. It's possible. Here we go. Oh my god. So what my thing is that, yeah, a swap loudest for him for sure, yeah. Absolutely. I'm just trying to count up who's poise bleed on this team. Because Faust is pure poise. And I know Merceau turns a boy's poise bleed. Ishmael is. Goddamn, look at this. Look at this freaking season 0 ID single sentence text. Oh my god. Oh, that's a unique bleed. Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right. That's right. I forgot that was a unique bleed. Yeah. But, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We need one more, don't we? Oh, yeah, that's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Sinclair? Oh, Sinclair. Oh, yeah. Wait, I see. I would really want to swap Sinclair to this one, though. In, like, Mirror Dungeon. Like, surely I could swap him to Renclair in Mirror Dungeon, right? Like... Unless, like, the Blade Lineage buffs require 5 members? Like, how many Blade Lineage members do the buffs actually require? Because we'll have 4. Oh, that's right. We can actually, Oh, wow. Look at these, That's cool. I love it. We can put better things there. Okay. You only need 3? I see. Okay. So yeah, in Mirror Dungeon, I'll probably use Renclair. Yeah, Esclave is not... Yeah. But you really only need, freaking Merceau, Ishmael, and Faust. Yeah. So is mine. Has a gift that turns him into Blade Lineage. Oh, really? Oh, that's really cool. They get all the buff from the Merceau ego. I see. I can't wait to see when I've been really itching to run this team in the new Blade Lineage team in Mirror Dungeon. I can't wait to after I beat that after tomorrow. All right, you guys. Next time, which is tomorrow. Yeah, we'll finish the story. We'll finish the intervallo. Thank you all so much for joining me. So until then, I will say, so long, farewell, auf Wiedersehen, good night. You're all the sweetest of hearts. See ya.